video. Good morning, everyone. This is Alan Whitford from RCO.com, and our second shift of cool tools in recruitment in the Jobsite sponsored video interviewing sessions here at the TruLondon Unconference at City Hotel near the famous Brick Lane in London. So we're talking about unconference events, which are not the traditional sessions where you have PowerPoints and lots of presenters talking to you. It's actually people talking with each other, and that's why Jobsite thought it'd be nice to actually video this and put it out on the live stream account and on JSTN. If we just introduce each of us and say a little bit about who you are and what you're here for, and then we're going to talk about some cool tools for both the recruiter and the candidate.
Okay,
go ahead.
So my name's Glenn Eve. I'm from Dynamic Maps, and we have a product called Map That. So we're interested in location-based and getting your data into a web app based on location. So I'm here really to get feedback and a learning experience as well. This is a new industry for us, and we're looking at seeing if it's relevant. And from what I've heard throughout the last day and today, it's a hot topic.
All right, Gordon.
Well, my name is Gordon Lockenberg. I'm from Amsterdam, all the way to the Netherlands. I'm currently recruiting at Layer, which is the augmented reality browser. We're talking about cool apps, aren't we? Yeah,
Cool
okay.
apps, yeah.
I'm in the right spot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Mark Leonard.
Hi, I'm Mark Leonard. I'm the co-founder of myresourcer.com, and our product is a global online job lead generation system which is geared for the recruitment industry to do business development for them. So no more cold calling, warm leads coming into the recruitment industry, and I'm here at TruLondon for the next 2 days.
Right, so guys, why the unconference? You know, you could have gone to normal conferences and you could have taken a booth and you could have put things up and had people come to your stand, or you could do what Mark has done, by the way. Great bags of sweets out here that have been brought by MyResourcer. Why did you decide to do an unconference? What made that more interesting for you?
It's a great format. I mean, the ability to engage with people. I mean, the social media sides, the location stuff. It's really good to engage here. And it's chaotic, we kind of like that anyway. It's good fun. You bump into people in the corridor over the suites, so it's a really good format to meet people.
I mean, Gordon, you've been over here and done them. Even in fact, we did the Ash Cloud one for the U.S. True event, in which we did a live stream, a video for a few hours. We've come to Amsterdam and done a True event there. What's the attraction for you with the True series?
It's meeting other people in the informal way, not have to sit down and listen. If I don't like the talk, then I just move to another talk, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Mark, for you guys?
Similar to these guys, it's Bill Borman, the organizer of the event, sort of said this morning that no one's got name badges. If you want to speak to somebody, go up and talk to them. So it's a very casual, laid-back networking opportunity, and there's no shyness that doesn't exist here.
Oh, but by the way, the level of talks, they are like up here. It's different than just one keynote and disagree, but not being able to disagree. That makes the talks kind of like wordy every time you have a talk about recruiting in this area right now here in London.
I get it. And now it seems to me that a couple of the applications you guys are talking about, they are cool tools, but may not have started out being cool tools for recruitment. Location-based services, the layout piece, and in one sense, lead generation, are tools that might have come from other lines of business before being applied to recruitment. Have you seen it that way, or did you start out going, no, recruitment's where we're going to start, and then we'll go other areas?
No, definitely not. I mean, our application, we've actually been developing for probably about 15 years. And we started off looking at industries, local authorities, and sort of sales and marketing companies, and also internally as well, using our tool. So yeah, that's right. What we've been able to do is we've in order to look at these markets, we've almost commoditized our tool. We've made it really easy to look at, to the functionality in there, very easy to get, being a web tool. And that's been really interesting. So it's taken us to different marketplaces and different industries, which is why we're looking at recruitment, especially centered around the data. The type of data that's out there. There's companies have lots of candidate data. They have lots of client data. The new social media is giving us a load more data as well. So we're looking at hopefully, really interesting to bring all of that data together in one place.
And where does that actually come together, though? If for a recruiter, am I identifying where candidates are based on, map based? Like I know they're on a bus, they just went by my office, or
Yeah.
I run out and
That's
hold
what
it down
you
and say,
guys
hey,
do.
I need a candidate, come on over. I mean, where does it actually position itself in the recruiter's arsenal of tools?
So there's a lot more recruitment is certainly taking them worldwide locations. So it's because it's a very visual application. It's allowing them to visualize exactly where the client is and hopefully where the local candidates are within the industry as well. So, and it's been able to, once they've identified those candidates, been able to access that information really quickly as well.
So we can find out where the candidates are, but we don't have any jobs yet, right? How do I get more jobs?
Okay, we looked at the industry, and my background is 16 years in recruitment for my sins, and we looked at all the applications that existed, and a lot of applications, CV posting, you've got LinkedIn, you've got job boards, you've got CV databases, but there was minimal, if anything, out there that was pointed at the recruiter to find the vacancies. So you've got the great tools for the finding the candidates, but what about the jobs? And what we do is we monitor millions of corporate websites, and these are chosen by the recruiter. They upload whatever quantity of websites they want to upload. We go off with our technology, find the job, the career page, and continually monitor that page, and whenever there are new opportunities, new jobs that are added onto corporate websites, we bring that information, we bring the lead back to the recruiter and deliver it to them, and then off to them to go and business develop with that company. So it's goodbye cold calling, hello warm calling, if you want to be cheesy about it.
Well, so I should actually be mapping this up against the mapping thing as well, shouldn't I?
Exactly, yeah.
I only want to find jobs in Birmingham or whatever it might
Exactly,
be.
yeah. You've got a candidate and you sent him out to one interview. Well, why send him to one when you could type in some Boolean searching onto our application and find 20 other positions he may be suitable for that you just didn't know about?
Didn't know about that. Very interesting. So that's definitely a cool tool for the recruiter, whether I'm even a corporate recruiter. Now, as a corporate recruiter, could I use the tool and say, well, let's see what the competition are doing?
Yes, yeah, and we've got companies that are doing that at the moment. So,
yeah, you can tell I've been a recruiter. Now, what is this augmented reality thing? Okay, because I think it's been in the news a lot. We're hearing augmented reality. Now, last time we had you here in the True Events, of course, you were doing Shake Your Job.
I still am.
And mobile apps. So obviously, you're out there looking at lots of different cool tools.
Yeah.
What's this thing all about?
Well, with augmented reality, you actually, you grab your phone. We're talking about mobile augmented reality. The phone needs to have GPS, needs a compass, and needs a camera. While opening the Layer app, you enable GPS and the compass, so the phone knows where he is. Through the camera, you will see the surroundings as you can see it by holding the camera down. You'll see exactly the same stuff. But then again, through Layer, you will see data added to the location. For example, which houses are for sale, which companies are here, and do have vacancies, who is on Twitter with the tweets around Layer. That's what you see. You get extra stuff you get extra data on the location where you are at that moment. That's what Layer is. You see things that are there, but you can't really see, but you can see them using Layer.
And the nearest McDonald's.
And the nearest McDonald's, yeah, definitely.
So who's this going to be used most by? Is it by the candidate who's wandering around going, geez, I really need a job in Brick Lane, let me just see what jobs are here? Is it going to be the recruiter, maybe Ashley, wandering around going, are there any candidates around?
It's still hard to say because we're still in the early stage. Layer is out there for like 18 months. So far. We have a lot of active users, but looking at the users, what they really are doing, it's not like defined yet what is going to happen. What is going to happen is that it's being pre-installed on a lot of new smartphones, which makes it people use because it's there.
Because it's there.
And then because it's there, it's like the internet back in '94. That's the stage where we are yet at this moment. talking about recruiting, there's like the post and pray service in there, like put your ads out there. But then again, if you play with those ads, like, okay, I'm gonna put my job in front of the competition's entry. If they open Layer, they see a cool job in front of the building, but that's not at Google, but that could be at Layer. So I want to enter Google and then see, oh no, I have to go to Layer. Expanding that, we have launched a Layer digital office in Layer, which means you open this, it's called Layer. If we talk iPhone stuff, then you would talk about the app within the App Store. We're talking about layers. If we open a digital office, you can actually have a look around in our office, see what kind of people are working there, who are the greatest developers or who are part of the Layer development network. And hey, news and jobs, that's cool. So all these cool people work here, and wow, they're really doing great stuff. And then, whoa, they have jobs as well. And then click there and go to the website and apply for the job you see there. So we're still playing around with it, and actually we're not doing that ourselves. What Layer is doing, we make it possible for developers worldwide, of which, well, a few thousand already are building the content for Layer. And it's the brands like Coca-Cola and Pepsi and all the other, the people that spend money on marketing that have to come up with the content. Then they ask us, hey, we have this cool idea, what do we do? And then we'll send them directly to one of the developers out there. Like, he's cool in 3D, he's cool in whatever. And then they start talking together, and then they send back the content to us.
So where do we see all these things fitting in? Because these are pretty cool tools, go out and find the jobs. You're right, because recruiters, we know by definition are, hate cold calling.
Yep.
Now I know where they are, and I can even see in the building, which is kind of neat. But we talked in the earlier session with Craig and with Jeff and with Katie that we're the major social network players in this. Are we going to integrate these tools into things like job boards, like Jobsite? Are we going to integrate them into a Facebook or into a LinkedIn? So because as an HR person or as a recruiter, man, there's so much stuff here. How am I ever going to figure out which of these to use? But if you say it's all integrated in this thing, then maybe that's a bit easier. What's your challenge? I mean, who are you selling to, I guess, is part of that question, and how are they going to make those decisions?
Well, I mean, this is what we're here for, to find out if this is this location side of it is really relevant to the recruitment industry. As I said, I think it is. But interestingly, Craig mentioned about people switching on their GPS and things like that. I think everyone is much more location aware now with Foursquare, Layer, Facebook Places. I mean, it's been naturally integrated into their lives. So I think it is going to be a very important thing moving forward, definitely for 2019.
When is your first Layer coming up?
Hopefully soon. We'll talk to you about that.
Yeah. And Mark, how do you see the integration? Because these are somewhat candidate-centric tools as well as recruiter-centric. How do you see the integration of those?
I think our product is very much geared towards the recruiter, but people have questioned and asked and had to sort of the light bulb come out of their head. Well, hold on a minute. If you're finding the jobs, then why don't you find the candidates? And if you find the candidates and you found the jobs, and you parse the CVs or the resumes, if for our American friends, then put the two together, and then you've got the solution. That's a bit further down the line. We're not sure whether it will go that way, but who knows? We've got the technology.
And there have been a couple other companies that have attempted to do what you've done. They've gone, scraping the jobs, bringing them back, and repackaging them. But if we've said, well, why don't we take what Katie had with Social CV, because that's got the candidate data, and start marrying those together.
Sure.
That's a super cool tool.
Yeah.
In Map.
Then again, automatic matching, which you will probably be doing with technology, is not the answer for most of the jobs. For some of them, you can automate it quite far down the line, but in the end, it's people
human intervention. I mean, one thing that's not going to happen is that the recruitment industry will always be here. They said 10 years ago it would disappear when LinkedIn turned up, and we're still here.
You need your recruiters to make an informed decision.
Exactly, yes. So technology is great, but recruiters, you're here to stay.
Well, we're not getting rid of a 25 billion pound industry overnight, are we?
No,
or 60,000
no,
recruiters.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely
So what do you see coming down the pike? You know, what's coming new? What's the coolest tool you think might happen in the next, say, 4, 5, 6 months? Other than your own, obviously.
Well, of course, yeah. Yeah, this is a really good tool. I'm loving the social CV though. I think that's a fantastic, cool tool. I'm looking forward to seeing that in action.
Yeah. Gordon, what about you? Now, you seen much difference between, say, what's going on in the continent, in Holland and stuff, in terms of what's going here or in the U.S.?
Well, I think there won't be a cooler tool than the tools we have right now. I think the tools we have right now, we have to further develop them to make it an even cooler tool than it is right now. I think that's more or less. We have invented so much already.
Yeah.
And so what else could be new? I think we have to stay where we are and make that better, much better. Because it's cool to have a lead generation tool for jobs, but if I do the right Boolean, then I will get them in my Google Alerts and I will get them every time something pops up. So why do that? Location based, cool, but when am I going to use it? I won't find it in another way. So there's a lot of things already out there, but we have to improve what we're doing. We can say, well, we have layer right now, which is really cool, but then layer is really cool, but how make it even cooler? Yeah, well, that's the whole discussion.
Exactly, and that's driven by you guys coming to us and saying, you know, you've got a great tool and we want to use it this way. So.
Yeah.
That comes back to, I think, what Jeff had said in the earlier session also, is if we don't have a strategy and a reason for doing this stuff, we just got this massive toolbox of things that, one, it's like sensory overload, isn't it? Just don't know where we're going to go, but how am I going to use it effectively in my business? And it is about business. And I think that's the real raison d'etre for your tool, is it's about business, isn't it?
Totally. I mean, and I agree with the last comment. There's so many ideas out there, and I don't think we're going to have many new ideas, but we've got lots of technology, we've got lots of applications, and I think being more innovative and developing and enhancing what we've actually got, and making them work, and helping people, whether they're candidates, whether they're recruiters, whether they're employers, to actually benefit from these tools, and just more development is where I see.
I think I got the cool tool. Like, we all should have these AR glasses. Your features embedded, your features embedded, and then just walk around and get the stuff in there.
But integration is also integrating, you know, for the recruiter into CRMs and trying to get everything into one place, because that's one of the problems that we see at the moment. There's lots of brilliant applications that have been developed, but one's here, one's on that platform, and that platform. Let's try and
in a mobile environment that we're in, absolutely, you've got to be able to. It's got to be fluid. You know, you've got to be able to get all these data sources into one place that they can see instantly. Absolutely.
But you mentioned mobile, and as I said last year, you were talking about Shape Your Job, mobile apps for jobs. Is that already gone passé? Because of all these other new tools we're talking about, even though mobile is still, I think, in its infancy. Is that another example of how it's so easy for us to just jump ahead to the next thing and not fully develop what we've got? It's already cool.
If I look at when I started developing mobile apps, there was like 5 apps in the App Store. If you count the number of apps right now, and they all have the brand on it, so they all put their brand in your pocket. Well, that hasn't ended yet so far, until maybe another cool mobile experience would occur. But I haven't. Well, yeah.
No, all right. So we're at the Unconference today. Are you leading any tracks?
Yeah, I'm actually doing a track with Craig later on. So I'm location based, so that's going to be really interesting. I'm looking forward to loads of feedback there from all these guys on how they want to use their data.
You're not going to get too geeky on it, you know?
Absolutely not. No, I'm a salesperson. I'm not geeky.
Oh, that's all right. That works. Gordon, are you leading any tracks, or are you just going to lob bombs in on people?
Well, I will walk around. That's already my track number 1.
Yeah.
And then I will do the augmented reality track.
Okay.
I believe that's tomorrow.
So we can learn more about that. And Mark, you guys are sponsoring some of the stuff as well?
Yeah, we're sponsors of the event, but tomorrow I'm doing a track, and funny enough, it's all based around lead generation.
Lead generation.
So,
Oh, cool.
there
Yeah,
you go.
who would have thought? And,
Yeah.
and I'm going to lead a track on talent communities, which hopefully pulls all of this stuff
Yeah,
together.
sure.
Well, thank you guys for this,
Thank you.
and thanks
you.
Jobsite again for sponsoring this session. TruLondon's on today and tomorrow here at City London and City Hotel in London. If you are watching this and you're enjoying it, great. Make some comments on the Twitter feeds as well, which is #TruLondon. And if you can, come on down. The more people, the merrier. That add to the chaos. Thanks, guys.